Stop me if you have heard this story before. The New York Jets fire their head coach, and they hire a guy that is a defensive coach for a team that has either made a Super Bowl or made a conference title game or gone somewhat far in the playoffs for 2 years in a row. And that's what they did with Aaron Glenn. That's what they did with Robert Saleh when he was the defense coordinator for the 49ers. And look how that turned out. This is a team under his tenure that cannot get the offense going, cannot get the offense figured out. This is a team in the Jets who have already tried to do this with a guy named Todd Bowles, and that ultimately didn't work out. And now Todd Bowles went on to be I don't want to say ultra successful, but have a pretty good tenure head coaching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, at least in over expectating what we thought the team was going to do, right? The Jets now try this again with a guy named Aaron Glenn. And I would argue that Aaron Glenn is the worst out of those three. Out of Todd Bowles, Robert Saleh, Aaron Glenn is the worst out of those three. And again, this is another guy with zero head coaching experience, going into one of the worst situations in football with not knowing who's playing quarterback. Is Aaron Rodgers staying? Is Aaron Rodgers going? You're bringing in a guy that can't even help Aaron Rodgers in this offense. You're bringing in a defensive head coach. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I know you could sit there and say, well, if it wasn't Aaron Glenn, then who was the guy? I don't have that answer either. Okay, I don't know. But I think a guy in Brian Flores, if you wanted to go defensive head coach, I think a guy in Brian Flores would have made a tremendous more amount of sense, considering that Brian Flores had head coaching experience, and in my opinion was a good head coach. Got fired too early, had a little lawsuit, but now is back in a DC role and is doing very well. And if you wanted a DC coach, maybe you should have fired Ursula last year and picked up a Dan Quinn, who is doing extraordinary things with the Washington Commanders this year. It's ultimately just another head scratcher for me for a New York Jets hire. And this is what keeps happening and happening and happening. And I think this hire is going to turn out the same way all the other hires have. And that is, you're 5-12 for 3 years, you get fired in the middle of the season, and you ultimately have to make a new head coaching change sooner than you want to. And that's ultimately what I see with the new Jets hire of Aaron Glenn. And I hope I'm wrong. As a guy that, yes, I am a Giants fan, I am around the Jets fan base, I hope I am wrong, and I hope it works out, and I hope Jets fans are happy. I just hope they figure out the quarterback situation first, and you need to figure out how this offense can be better next year. I just don't see how Aaron Glenn helps you with that. Ultimately, my name is Josh Wissey. If you like the YouTube channel, you like sports, you like sports gambling, you like college sports, you like sports in general, I promise this is a channel for you, so click that subscribe button. Should be an icon somewhere on the bottom here. Watch this video that YouTube recommends. Both of them, probably. Watch those videos that YouTube recommends. Should have the prediction videos for the AFC and NFC conference title game tomorrow. Ultimately, my name is Josh Wissey. Thank you.